So the only thing is no swearing.
Okay.
No swearing.
Nobody swears except for you anyway.
What up? Okay, so I want to ask you guys. This is something that happens to me all the time. I've got a very, very common Gmail address. My name, my first initial, last name, at Gmail. And as such, I get a lot of people who use my email address to sign up for services, sign up for newsletters, kids' school activities and stuff like that. So what I do, like what I started doing, was I would respond back and say, hey, just letting you know, you've got the wrong email address, and, trying to be kind in that way. But it happens way too much for me to be able to, to do several times a day, to write something thoughtfully out. So when it's someone that does it a lot, I'll go in and I'll change their information. Like this one lady in Chicago, she used my email address to sign up for her groomsmen tuxes. And so she would, I went in and then I changed the date on the wedding. So that
that's horrible.
So you do a password recovery with your email address at wherever it's at?
Yes.
Yeah, that's bad.
Well, I mean, depending,
Is that illegal? Is that?
It's not illegal because it's my email address.
Yeah, but you're impersonating them.
I'm not impersonating. They're impersonating me by putting my email address down.
That might be not intentional.
Well,
I mean, that's malicious, man.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. Somebody signed up using my email address for Snapchat. So I don't want it's some 18-year-old girl in Hawaii or something. I don't want my email address associated with her account. Who knows what she's sending? So I did password recovery because here's the thing.
You're not about to search for his name on Snapchat, are you?
No.
Keep on.
No. Keep on. When you get an email address saying, "Hey, thanks for signing up for such and such service. Click here to verify your account." So I got that email. I never clicked to verify it because, that's not what I want. Mm-hmm. It still created an account for that person.
But they can't access it, I don't think. Or isn't it limited on certain things?
It wasn't, not in Snapchat. So when I tried to then, because it wasn't verified, I tried to, sign up for an account with my email address just to, make sure that no one else can do that. And it said, sorry, this is already in use. So then I did a password recovery, changed the password, and then changed the email address of theirs to something else. Mm-hmm. So, just made some random @gmail.com, saved it, so that person has a different email address, freeing up my email address for me to sign up for stuff.
Well, that person doesn't have their account anymore.
True. Is that bad? It's if it was that important to them, then they would have used their correct
Don't most
address.
Of those things have if you did not sign up for it, click here or something, or disregard this?
Some do, Facebook does.
Does it?
So every couple of weeks I have to go in and deny, someone from adding their email address to, or adding their Facebook account to my email address as a backup.
Doesn't Facebook, isn't that one of the services that only allows one account per email address? Or can you do multiple?
I think
accounts?
you can add a secondary email,
as a backup, a secondary
password recovery email.
Right. So for those, I just in cases where I can go by the regular process, deny, or unverify or whatever, I'll do that. But it's in the cases where I will go out of my way to unsubscribe or, make sure that doesn't go through, and it goes through anyway, then I, take steps to overcome that.
I don't know. You're going to justify it however you want to justify it.
Well, I mean, I think that when I need to, if it's someone who are trying to add my Gmail address as a secondary account for their new Gmail address.
Yeah.
I don't want that associated at all because
right.
It's going to be part of the Google system. So I deny it.
How often do you think it happens just by fat fingering it?
I think most of the time it's people who are just putting any random email address in because they don't want to give their real one. So they go like sign up. So there's one I get all the time for a gym in Philadelphia. Like, hey, Benny Batista, you never showed up for your 10 o'clock personal training workout. It's like, well, I have no interest in that, so I click unsubscribe, and then the next week I get it and I block it, and I still get notifications and stuff. So in that case, I will reset password and change it. So I mean, I don't do it by default. There was a mother in Nebraska whose kid was in trouble at school. So I got like a report home from, such and such public schools, Nebraska, saying, hey, your son is in all kinds of trouble. He doesn't go to class. We need to have a meeting. In that case, I wrote back saying, hey, I live in Michigan. I'm not, I don't have any kids in Nebraska. So
what's the response back when that happens? Is it just none?
Sometimes it's cordial, and it's like, oh, hey, thank you so much. Very few times they're like, oh, thank you so much. Most of the time, you hear nothing back.
Right.
So
I don't know. I feel that I think if you do like a password recovery thing in the beginning of the registration process, like if they just tried signing up for something, this is the first time you get it, I feel like it's not as bad. They don't have an established, username and thing. But if it's something that they've been using for a while, like that's kind of iffy because you're basically kind of breaking into their account.
Kind of.
Because all it is that they're saying you have access to their email that they put in.
Right.
This might sound ignorant, but hearing this makes me realize why it's so important to verify email.
Absolutely.
Because otherwise, you just throw whatever gobbledygook out there, and you're thinking you're just bypassing the system by throwing a random email address in there.
Right.
But really, you're affecting someone else, right?
Yeah.
But what's weird is that it's got to be the person's actual name, right?
In a lot of cases, it is. I mean, because it's a very popular name in the Philippines. So there's a lot of people with a first initial B and that same last name. So I think if you're thinking about just creating like a spam account or something like that, like, oh yeah, it's just my first initial last name at Gmail or Hotmail, Yahoo or whatever.
Those are automated. What about from actual people? Like someone signs up for something. You said like the guy in Philadelphia. Was that just like an automated reminder for a training session, or was that like an actual person?
Well, I've had both. That one in particular was a personal trainer saying, "Hey, my name's Michael. I'm your personal trainer. Come on by. I'll show you a good routine. Maybe it was like a Tinder or something.
I'll show you a good routine.
Have you had that? Has anybody tried signing up for Tinder?
Not Tinder, but
you already got that account.
There's no. It's Zoosk. So Zoosk is like Match.com competitor or something like that. So I've got one signed up. It was like a thing that said, "Hey, here's your Zoosk profile," and it had like all of the information in the email, and I was like, "No, that's not me.
That's not me."
It might be a good way to find out about new web services, though. Like every once in a while, something comes in and says, "Here, verify your account." And you're like, "I've never heard of this thing before." Yeah. And then you investigate. You're like, "I kind of like this."
Yeah, that's
good thing I already got an account.
Password recovery. I got an account.
That's why I like sometimes when I hear of a new site or service, I'll just sign up for an account, whether or not I'm going to use it, just so I can reserve that the username that I like and my email address before somebody else takes it.
How sure are you that you don't have multiple personalities?
How sure am I?
Yeah.
I feel like I know that by now.
Could be advanced.
Like there's enough video, there's enough
Yeah, well, we don't know. Like you go home, all of a sudden you're the Brandon that's gonna find a date on Zoosk. So of course you use the same email address.
Right.
I do crazy stuff in my sleep.
You do?
Yeah.
Like what?
Snapchat.
No.
Of the three of us, you are the only one here on Snapchat.
Tinder.
Yeah. There was this time.
Snapchat? Is there Snapchat for Tinder?
My roommate in college, so all of this I don't know, personally because I'm asleep, right? But my roommate in college told me that one night I started talking to him about Palestine and how to achieve peace, and it took him 20 minutes to realize that I was talking in my sleep to him.
You weren't talking necessarily to him. You were just talking to like a person in your dream.
He claims that there was back and forth.
There was a conversation.
There was a conversation.
Yeah.
And no, and then there's simple stuff like the other night. What made me think about it is the other night. I guess I just started screaming, and Julia's like, "Oh, you okay? You okay? What's wrong? You're just dreaming." And then, like, I never woke up through that. I never woke up through that whole exchange. And she was like, "Do you remember screaming last night?" And I was like, "Oh no, I slept through the whole night."
Good night's sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my wife says I talk in my sleep sometimes, and my mom says my dad often will have conversations in his sleep.
I guess it's not gibberish for me though. Like
no, not gibberish. Like coherent conversation.
Really coherent conversation.
Yeah, she always joked that he would be a horrible spy for the Soviet Union because he would just talk in his sleep.
So. And then he wouldn't be alive.
Yeah.
You should have.
Good thing he wasn't a spy.
Have your wife get out a recorder next time and record it.
Well, like play me a song.
See, I think that's so. I think that's creepy. I don't know if would you want to see that? Would you want to hear yourself talking in sleep?
I would.
Or would you rather know?
Sort of like a gateway to your dreams.
I'm kind of interested.
I am too, but have you ever thought about like putting, people talk about like moving around a lot when you sleep, or like you fall asleep on one side of the bed, you end up on another one. Mm. So you put up a camera, but with like all these freaking like paranormal activity movies going on, like. Who knows what I'm going to see at like 3:05 a.m. There's going to be like some floating orb.
You see like a shadow.
Yeah, like I don't want to see that. I don't want to know that.
Would you want to know?
No, I'm fine.
My wife.
If all it does is pick me up and move me to the other side of the bed, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's like doing you a favor.
Yeah,
it's just like getting you to the cool side of the pillow.
Yeah.
My wife snores like a freaking chainsaw.
Oh, she's gonna love this.
So it was like.
I feel your pain.
I would tell her, I was like, man, you snore. And she's like, no, I don't. And like, didn't believe me for the longest time. Recorded her. And she's like, that's not a real person.
Yeah, you got this from a sound effects library.
You're faking that. And so, I just dropped it, like, whatever. And she texted me one morning, she goes, I thought that there was a grizzly bear trying to get into the house. Like there was just this loud growling that woke me up, and then I realized it was me.
Oh man!
I'm sorry, I snore like a grizzly bear.
She was having a dream that a grizzly bear was.
Yeah,
because she associated that with the sound she was
Well,
hearing.
I think she also was like she woke up thinking someone was trying to get into the house, like legitimately thought someone was coming in the house, and realized it was just her.
So this is what you get when you live out in the country: is every time you snore when you sleep, you think a bear's trying to get into your house.
Well, this was in Howell, so that was
not even country, and grizzly bear is where she went to.
It was in a condo or whatever. Yeah, I don't even know if I told the story exactly right. I just remember how she ended was, I'm sorry I snore like a grizzly bear. That's verbatim.
I don't know. My baby snores, my dog snores, so I'm just kind of used to it now.
I'm used to it. I gotta go to bed first though.
Yeah.
Like I've gotta, if I delay and I stay up and I watch a hockey game too late or whatever, if I miss that 20-minute window, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
Because she's going to be snoring and I can't get to sleep because it's loud. But, I nudge her and she'll stop for, about 10 minutes. And then I got, 10 minutes to get to sleep. Otherwise, whatever.
Now, can she fall asleep, in an instant? Hits the pillow pretty much out?
No, that's me.
Okay.
She takes a while. So it's if I go to bed at the same time, it's cool because I'm out.
So that's good.
And I guess I whimper. I sound like a little lamb or something like that.
So... my wife is the opposite. It's the same thing with us where if she falls asleep first and she snores, I'll be up for 2 hours. I have to just tire myself out, so I just pass out. But she's the one. Yeah. But she's the... No, I'll just get violent. She's the one...
snoring!
Who passes out as soon as she lays down. So she'll lie down and good night, and snore it.
Wow.
And that's I can't even.
I wish I could do that.
I don't even have the time. I don't even have a window. It just has to happen.
Yeah.
I have to be really tired. Eyes bulging out, with the phone on there, trying to find something on Craigslist that I'm never going to buy or whatever. Yeah, it's not the greatest.
I can hear if I'm laying in bed upstairs, I can hear a phone vibrating downstairs on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Just sense it, you know?
See, that I have that problem too. My wife never hears the phone.
Mm.
I also have an issue with phones where it's like if it makes a noise, I need to know what it was.
Yeah, because if it's an emergency,
Yeah, or whatever.
or an
right?
Amber
Like, I
Alert.
need to know that. For her, Amber Alerts are the worst. They're
That's
at
why-
3 o'clock in the morning.
That's why I do automate it, and then I got a rule that after a certain period of time,
Yeah.
I just don't.
What if
get-
there's
I
an
don't get
emergency?
alerts.
What if someone needs you?
You can
No, you
put
can
special
yeah.
exceptions on there, like if mom is calling or texting me, then
Right.
whatever.
What if it's like the police department number?
No, I have it that only calls will
The
go
police
through.
department
Everything else
number?
is silent. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times you get a call directly from the
911?
police?
Well, I got a call from Singapore the other night. It's a good thing I picked up because it was Delta Airlines telling me of a change in my itinerary.
Are you going to Singapore?
No, it's just apparently where their communications.
See,
are
that's
from.
weird because like caller ID is almost. I mean, it's still useful, but it's kind of out of date at this point because
Yeah, what all the
because if
companies
it's
like
coming
that.
from all these companies from every which way, like if I got a call from Singapore,
Yeah.
I'm not like you. I'm not going to answer it.
And this is weird. I don't usually answer, but for some reason, Singapore intrigued me. I was like,
I need to talk to
I
Singapore.
would like to see what these people have to say.
Yeah.
So,
Was it English?
yeah, she had really good English. She spoke fast at times, so I had a problem catching up, but I got the gist of it, and we were good.
Where are you going?
L.A. in May.
Oh, for the conference?
Yep.
Oh.
going back to Cali.
Never been, so I'm just going.
Just going to.
All right,
Wait,
guys.
are you trying to do the LL Cool J song?
No,
What?
That's
Biggie.
different. Going back to Cali? LL Cool J. Ladies
Dude,
love
this is-
Cool James?
Oh, you're talking about I'm going back to Cali.
Cali.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not. Wait, Ladies Love.
Ladies love Cool James.
I thought it was
That's what-
Luscious Lips.
No.
It's totally Luscious
No,
Lips.
ladies love Cool James.
So he's on a show about lip syncing or something on
Yeah.
BET. Have you seen that?
They
Oh,
spun
not
off the lip sync battle thing
From Jimmy Fallon.
from Jimmy Fallon
So I saw
into a show on
Right.
Spike.
Oh.
So he's the host, and then the episode that I saw had Jimmy Fallon and Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
The Rock was lip syncing.
So was Jimmy Fallon.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
The Rock was
believable.
much better though.
I've watched.
Really?
Yeah.
I've
He was
watched-
good. He got into it. Like he practiced.
Nice.
Yeah, but Fallon should have won that.
Obviously, you've watched longer than I did.
I watched both episodes so far. My critique on it is that, I mean, that model, that lip sync thing is just fun.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
you're going to watch it. But Cool J is just awkward as a host. And then they got John Legend's wife. I forget
Chrissy
what.
Teigen?
Yeah. And she's just like useless. She's just up.
Aw.
Wait,
up
she's
on
the
this.
DJ. She's the.
She's really, I mean, I like her, but just
Yeah.
in that role, it's just an awkward setup.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bode well for a full length show. It's a good bit.
It's a good, 5-minute YouTube clip.
right.
Right. Right.
I don't like the set. It's so like trying to be, I don't know, like rap. Like there's graffiti and I know. No, you
And they're
gotta,
singing a Mariah Carey song.
No,
So
you
it's
gotta-
like,
you gotta
this is
see
a
this.
rap street.
No, you got to see this because that's what it is. And the one episode I saw, Cool J was like, I don't know, not what show is he on?
Some
Law,
NCIS
whatever.
or Law and Order.
So he's not like that.
No, he's on NCIS.
If you're gonna watch
Los
something,
Angeles.
I mean,
Something.
do you guys listen to John Legend or know of John Legend?
I know
No.
of John
Okay.
Legend.
Yeah, I heard.
So
I've heard his song.
So you gotta see him lip sync Slow Motion by Juvenile.
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's very clean cut dude.
Right.
Very stylish.
And that's why it's really cool.
Okay.
Like
Well, that's what did The
he
Rock?
puts in a mouthpiece and everything.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
The Rock saying something that was wasn't it all? It's all about the bass or something or whatever. It was something like one.
The
of
Rock did.
Yeah, it was really funny.
It was like The Rock, the big, burly guy singing like a lady song.
Yeah, and like really getting into it
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like he got the crowd involved and everything. It wasn't bad.
Very nice. He's
the
a showman.
first, and it seemed it was like this for all four contestants or whatever. The first song is just like straight up lip sync, and then the second one has dancing with it. There's like choreographed dancers that come.
That's where they lose me, I think.
come in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's weird.
and then commercial break after the first 2 songs. So each person goes, and then there's a commercial break. They come back, they do another song, commercial break, another song, commercial break, come back, and then say who won. And in both times, I thought the person that should have won didn't win.
That's just what's the criteria for winning? Just the
crowd
loudest
noise.
applause.
So it's battle rules, right?
Yeah. I don't care for that.
Cool.
And then I couldn't really tell the difference between the crowd noise, right?
It's probably not even there.
Yeah. It's probably added in later.
There's like 10 people in the front, and then
There was
they're
a crowd
CG'd in all over the place.
because Jimmy Fallon.
He did the conga line.
He did a conga line
Yeah.
through the audience.
He did. Yep. That was fun.
Shake, 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 Sonora.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was cool.
Beetlejuice.
All right, this was fun.
Okay, bye.
Gotta go.
Bye.